Breakfast cereal is supposed to be one of the healthiest ways to start your day, right? High fiber, whole grains, essential vitamins and minerals. But here is the dirty secret the cereal industry does not want you to know. Most of the breakfast cereals sold in Australian supermarkets are basically dessert in a box. And I am not exaggerating. Independent testing has shown that some popular cereals contain over 40% sugar by weight, which means nearly half of what you are eating is pure sugar. You are paying premium prices for what is essentially confectionery marketed as health food. I have spent months researching this, examining nutrition panels, reading dietitian reports, and comparing the marketing claims to the actual ingredients. What I discovered is absolutely shocking. The breakfast cereal industry is one of the most deceptively marketed food industries in the world, and Australian families are getting absolutely ripped off. By the end of this video, you will know exactly which brands to avoid and how to spot fake health food masquerading as nutritious breakfast. Number 8. Kellogg's Froot Loops. Let's start with one of the most iconic kids cereals on the market. Those colourful rings might look fun, but there is nothing fun about what is actually inside. At around $7 for a 285-gram box, you are paying a premium for what is essentially candy marketed to children. Froot Loops contains a staggering 37 grams of sugar per 100 grams. That means more than a third of every bowl is pure sugar. For context, that is roughly 9 teaspoons of sugar in every 100-gram serving, which is well above the World Health Organization recommended maximum of 6 teaspoons per entire day. After cereals, which make up just 60% of the product, sugar is the second ingredient listed. According to Australian labelling laws, ingredients must be listed in descending order by weight, so sugar is the predominant non-grain ingredient. The colourful loops are dyed with various natural colours, but do not let that fool you into thinking this is a natural product. The cereal is highly processed and contains virtually no nutritional benefit beyond the fortified vitamins that have been artificially added after processing stripped them away. What really bothers me about Froot Loops is the aggressive marketing towards children. The bright colours, the cartoon toucan mascot, the playful name. It is all designed to make kids pester their parents for a product that is nutritionally equivalent to eating lollies for breakfast. With a health star rating of just 2 out of 5, even the Australian government's own rating system acknowledges this is not a healthy choice. The fibre content is pathetically low, the protein is minimal, and you are getting almost no sustained energy to take you through to lunch. Number 7. Kellogg's Frosties. Frosties takes everything wrong with cornflakes and makes it dramatically worse by coating each flake in a thick layer of sugar. Tony the Tiger might tell you they are great, but the nutrition panel tells a very different story. At around $6 for a 350-gram box, the price seems reasonable until you realise what you are actually buying. Frosties contains an absolutely obscene 41 to 43 grams of sugar per 100 grams. This cereal is over 40% sugar. You would be better off nutritionally eating a chocolate bar for breakfast. At least chocolate contains some cocoa compounds with antioxidant properties. Frosties is just corn and sugar. The health star rating is a dismal 2 out of 5, one of the lowest on supermarket shelves. The fibre content is a mere 2 grams per 100 grams, which is practically nothing. Adults need about 25 to 30 grams of fibre daily, and a bowl of Frosties contributes almost nothing to that goal. Independent research has found that Australian Frosties actually contains more sugar per serving than the same product sold in other countries. A 30-gram serving in Australia contains 12.4 grams of sugar, while the same serving in Ireland contains 11 grams. We are getting a worse deal than consumers overseas. The marketing for Frosties is particularly problematic because it targets children with the Tony the Tiger mascot while making claims such as source of B vitamins and good source of iron. Yes, those nutrients are present because they have been artificially added during manufacturing. You could add vitamins to a bag of sugar and make the same claims. The base product is nutritionally worthless. Number 6. Kellogg's Cocoa Pops. Cocoa Pops has been marketed to Australian families for generations with the catchy slogan about turning milk into a chocolate milkshake. That marketing is actually quite honest because you are essentially eating chocolate-flavoured sugar for breakfast. At around $6.50 for a 375-gram box, Cocoa Pops is positioned as an affordable treat cereal. The problem is many parents serve this regularly, not realising just how nutritionally bankrupt it is. Cocoa Pops contains 32.3 grams of added sugar per 100 grams. That means a typical 30-gram serving delivers nearly 10 grams of sugar before you have even added the milk. Considering children should be consuming no more than about 25 grams of added sugar per day, a single bowl of Cocoa Pops uses up almost half their daily allowance before 8 in the morning. The ingredient list is particularly telling. Whole white rice makes up 64%, which sounds healthy until you realise white rice is a refined grain stripped of its fibre and nutrients. Sugar is the second ingredient at around a third of the product, followed by a measly 3% cocoa. You are eating sugar-coated refined rice with a hint of chocolate flavour. Choice magazine has analysed Cocoa Pops and confirmed it has one of the highest added sugar levels of all chocolate puff cereals on the market. Despite Kellogg's claims about vitamins and minerals, these are all artificially added to compensate for the nutritional wasteland that is the base product. The health star rating of just 2 out of 5 reflects this reality. What makes Cocoa Pops particularly insidious is that it is often served to children daily as a normal breakfast. Parents who would never give their kids chocolate cake for breakfast are essentially doing exactly that without realising it. The sugar content is comparable to many desserts, yet it is positioned in the breakfast aisle as a reasonable morning choice. Number 5. Kellogg's Crunchy Nut Cornflakes. Crunchy Nut is marketed as a more sophisticated cereal for adults, with its honey and nut topping giving it an air of premium quality. The golden packaging and indulgent imagery suggest this is a treat you deserve. What you actually deserve is honest labelling about the sugar bomb you are consuming. At around $7 for a 380-gram box, Crunchy Nut commands premium pricing, but the nutrition panel reveals you are paying extra for what is essentially cornflakes dipped in honey and sugar. Crunchy Nut contains approximately 31 to 35 grams of sugar per 100 grams. That is nearly a third of the product by weight, putting it in the same category as many lollies and chocolate bars. The Australian Dietary Guidelines specifically recommend avoiding foods with more than 15% added sugar. Crunchy Nut contains more than double that threshold, yet it is sold alongside genuinely nutritious breakfast options. Choice Magazine's analysis found Crunchy Nut Cornflakes has an estimated 31.3% added sugar, making it one of the worst offenders in the flake cereal category. Consumer reviews frequently describe the cereal as sickly sweet and more like a dessert than breakfast. One reviewer called it the adult version of Cocoa Pops, which is exactly right. This is a children's sugary cereal dressed up in sophisticated packaging for grown-ups who should know better. The fibre content is minimal, the protein is negligible, and the sustained energy you will get from this breakfast is essentially zero. You will experience a sugar spike followed by a crash that will have you reaching for snacks by mid-morning. Action on Sugar, a UK public health group, has specifically called out Crunchy Nut as a cereal that has not reduced its sugar content despite years of public pressure. In 2012, it contained 35 grams of sugar per 100 grams. Today, that figure remains virtually unchanged. The manufacturers have made no meaningful effort to improve this product's nutritional profile. Number 4. Kellogg's Sultana Bran. This one is going to shock a lot of people because Sultana Bran is genuinely perceived as a healthy cereal. The bran, the sultanas, the promises of fibre and fruit, it all sounds so wholesome. But Sultana Bran is proof that clever marketing can make even sugar-laden products appear nutritious. At around $7 for a 420-gram box, Sultana Bran is priced as a premium health cereal. The packaging emphasises fibre, whole grains, and the natural goodness of fruit. What it does not emphasise is the 28 to 32 grams of sugar per 100 grams hiding inside. I did a comparison test with 3 other cereals, and Sultana brand consistently delivered more sugar per serve than its competitors. The Sultanas contribute natural sugars, yes, but there is also significant added sugar boosting that total even higher. One analysis found the product delivers approximately 8 teaspoons of sugar per 100 grams. The deception here is particularly frustrating because people choose Sultana brand specifically because they are trying to be healthy. They see Bran and think fiber. They see Sultanas and think Froot. They assume they are making a responsible choice. In reality, they are consuming a cereal that contains roughly the same sugar percentage as many chocolate cereals. The carbohydrate content is staggeringly high at around 62 to 65 grams per 100 grams, with nearly half of that coming from sugars. For anyone watching their blood sugar levels or trying to manage their weight, this cereal is a disaster disguised as health food. Yes, there is fiber in Sultana Bran, approximately 15 grams per 100 grams, which is genuinely good. But you can get that fiber from cereals that do not come loaded with sugar. The presence of one beneficial nutrient does not cancel out the harmful effects of excessive sugar consumption. What really bothers me about Sultana brand is how it is marketed to adults trying to make better choices. The messaging around digestive health and natural fruit targets health-conscious consumers who would be appalled if they understood the actual sugar content. This is exactly the kind of deceptive marketing that erodes consumer trust. Number 3, Kellogg's Nutri-Grain. Nutri-Grain is perhaps the most aggressively marketed cereal in Australian history. The Iron Man branding, the athletic imagery, the promises of fuel for active bodies. It is positioned as the breakfast choice for serious athletes and growing kids who want to be strong. It is absolutely none of those things. At around $8 for a 500-gram box, Nutri-Grain commands premium athlete pricing. But let me be absolutely clear. No serious athlete would eat this for breakfast. The sugar content is approximately 24 to 27 grams per 100 grams, which means roughly a quarter of every bowl is pure sugar. While this is lower than some cereals on this list, the deception is in the marketing. Nutri-Grain is not sold as an indulgent treat. It is sold as performance nutrition. That is a dangerous lie. Prior to reformulation in 2011, Nutri-Grain contained a hefty 32% sugar. Kellogg's has reduced this somewhat, but the current product is still far from the athletic fuel it claims to be. The sodium content is also concerning at around 350 milligrams per 100 grams, which is more than some savory snacks. A naturopath's analysis found that over a quarter of any given bowl of Nutri-Grain is made up of sugar, with sugar being the second ingredient after cereals. The nutrition panel reveals 10 grams of sugar per cup of cereal, equivalent to 2.5 teaspoons in a single serve before milk. For comparison, plain rolled oats contain just 1.4 grams of sugar per 100 grams, roughly 18 times less than Nutri-Grain. The fiber content is disappointing at just 5 to 6 grams per 100 grams, about half of what you would get from genuine whole grain cereals like Wheat Bix or rolled oats. The protein claims are equally misleading. Yes, Nutri-Grain contains added wheat protein, but one serve provides roughly the same protein as a single egg. You would get triple the protein with no sugar by eating 3 eggs with spinach instead. The health star rating manipulation is also worth noting. Nutri-Grain has achieved 4 stars through careful reformulation, adding fiber and protein to offset the sugar content in the algorithm. But gaming a rating system does not make the product healthy. It just makes it better at appearing healthy on supermarket shelves. Number 2, commercial granola and cluster cereals. Now, technically this is not a single brand, but I am including commercial granola because supermarkets deliberately position these products as premium health food when they are often worse than the obviously sugary kids cereals. We are talking about products from brands like Carmen's Clusters, various store brand granolas, and premium marketed cluster cereals. At $8 to $15 for a 400 to 500 gram box, granola commands the highest prices in the cereal aisle. The packaging features whole oats, nuts, seeds, and natural imagery that screams health food, but the reality is that most commercial granolas are held together by sugar, honey, and oils that make them more calorie-dense than almost any other breakfast option. Analysis of Australian granola products reveals that many contain 15 to 20 grams of added sugar per 100 grams, with some reaching as high as 25 grams. The total sugar content, including natural sugars from dried fruit, can push even higher. One analysis found granola provides up to 55 grams of net carbohydrates per 100 grams, with approximately 14 teaspoons worth of sugar impact. What makes granola particularly dangerous is the portion size illusion. A recommended serve is typically 40 to 60 grams, but granola is incredibly moreish. Most people pour 80 to 100 grams into their bowl without thinking, instantly doubling their sugar and calorie intake. The fat content is also concerning at 12 to 15 grams per 100 grams, much of it from added oils used in the toasting process. The British Heart Foundation has specifically warned that granola sounds healthy, but is actually high in fat and sugar. An average portion of granola with nuts packs in 270 calories and 12.3 grams of fat before you have even added milk. Combined with the sugar content, you are essentially eating a dessert for breakfast while feeling virtuous about your healthy choice. The healthy halo around granola is perhaps the most dangerous deception in the cereal aisle. People who would never touch Froot Loops happily consume granola containing equivalent or higher sugar levels because the marketing has convinced them it is wholesome. Choice magazine found that the granola category had more claims regarding sugar than any other cereal type, with 21 products bearing claims about low or reduced sugar, suggesting even manufacturers know it is a problem they need to address. Number 1. Supermarket own brand honey and chocolate cereals. This is hands down the worst category of breakfast cereal available in Australian supermarkets. I'm talking about cheap own brand versions of popular cereals, products like Coles or Woolworths chocolate puffs, Honey Nut cornflakes, and various Froot Loop copies. At $3 to $5 for a large box, these seem like incredible value. But you are not getting a bargain. You are getting the absolute bottom of the barrel in terms of nutritional quality, often with even more sugar than the branded versions they copy. Analysis of store brand cereals reveals shocking sugar levels. Products marketed as chocolate rice or Choco Puffs can contain 35 grams or more of sugar per 100 grams. Honey Nut varieties often exceed the branded versions, with some testing at over 36 grams of sugar per 100 grams. These cereals receive health star ratings of 1.5 to 2 stars, among the lowest available. What makes these products particularly problematic is their positioning in the supermarket. They are placed at child eye level, often near the branded versions, with cartoon characters and bright colours designed to attract kids. The low price point makes parents more likely to give in to pestering, especially during cost of living pressures. The ingredient quality is also concerning. While branded cereals are not healthy, they at least maintain consistent formulations. Store brand products can vary significantly between batches, with cheaper ingredient substitutions that further reduce nutritional value. The processing is typically more aggressive and the fortification less comprehensive. Choice Magazine's analysis found that products with cartoon characters or games on their packs had significantly worse nutritional profiles. Store brand products lean heavily into this pester power marketing while delivering even less nutrition than their branded counterparts. 8 in 10 products without child marketing earned health star ratings of 4 or more, while products marketed to children were far less likely to achieve this threshold. The sodium levels in store brand cereals can also be extreme. Some products contain over 500 milligrams of sodium per 100 grams, contributing to the excessive salt intake that is already problematic in Australian diets. Combined with the sugar overload, you are starting your child's day with the worst possible nutritional foundation. Here is what you need to understand about the cereal industry. The Health Star rating system is deeply flawed when it comes to breakfast cereals. Products can game the system by adding fiber and protein to offset sugar content and achieve respectable ratings despite being nutritionally poor. The front of every cereal box is one giant advertisement designed to deceive. Claims such as source of fiber, added vitamins, and whole grains are technically true, but meaningless when the product is 30% sugar. So what should you buy? Here are the cereal brands actually worth your money. Number 1, Uncle Toby's Traditional Rolled Oats. This is the gold standard for breakfast cereal in Australia. Traditional rolled oats contain just one ingredient, 100% whole grain oats. No added sugar, no artificial anything, just oats. At around $5 for 800 grams, it is also one of the most economical choices available. The nutritional profile is exceptional. Rolled oats provide about 10 grams of fiber per 100 grams, substantial protein, and complex carbohydrates that release energy slowly throughout the morning. The sugar content is a mere 1.4 grams per 100 grams, essentially just the natural sugars present in the grain. The Health Star rating is a perfect 5 out of 5, reflecting genuine nutritional excellence rather than algorithmic manipulation. Oats contain beta-glucans, a type of soluble fiber that has been scientifically proven to lower cholesterol and support heart health. You are not getting these benefits from fortified sugar bombs. The versatility is unmatched. Prepare rolled oats as porridge, use them in overnight oats, add them to smoothies, or bake them into healthy treats. Top with fresh fruit, nuts, and a drizzle of honey if you need sweetness, and you will still consume less sugar than a bowl of so-called healthy cereal. Number 2, Sanitarium Wheat Bix. Wheat Bix has been an Australian breakfast staple for generations, and unlike many legacy products, it genuinely deserves its reputation as a healthy choice. At around $5 for 750 grams, it is affordable and widely available. Wheat Bix contains just 3 grams of added sugar per 100 grams and is 97% whole grains. The Health Star rating is a perfect 5 out of 5, achieved through genuine nutritional merit rather than formulation tricks. The fiber content is excellent, and the low sugar means you can add your own toppings without guilt. 2 Wheat Bix biscuits provide a substantial nutritional foundation with minimal processing. Unlike extruded cereals that have been heated, pressurized, and reformed, Wheat Bix maintains a relatively simple production process that preserves more of the grain's natural benefits. The brand has avoided the temptation to create endless sugary spin-off products that plague other legacy cereals. While there are flavored varieties, the original remains widely available and genuinely nutritious. Add banana or berries for natural sweetness, and you have a breakfast that will sustain you until lunch. Number 3, Carmen's Fruit-Free Muesli. If you want the convenience of a ready-to-eat cereal with more texture than Wheat Bix, Carmen's Fruit-Free Muesli is an excellent choice. At around $7 for 500 grams, it is premium priced but delivers genuine quality. The ingredient list features whole grain oats, nuts including almonds and pecans, seeds, and minimal added sweetener from golden syrup. The sugar content is low compared to most commercial mueslis because there is no dried fruit adding natural sugars. The fiber content is excellent. The protein from nuts and seeds is substantial, and you are getting healthy fats that actually contribute to satiety. This is what premium cereal should be: whole food ingredients with minimal processing and no deceptive marketing. The taste is genuinely satisfying without being cloyingly sweet. You can add your own fresh fruit if desired, controlling exactly how much sugar enters your breakfast. This level of control is impossible with pre-sweetened cereals that hide their sugar content behind health claims. If this video shocked you and opened your eyes to the breakfast cereal scam, smash that like button right now. Share this video with everyone you know, your family, your friends, your co-workers. They need to see this information because most Australians have no idea they are feeding their families dessert disguised as breakfast. Subscribe to the channel because I am exposing more food industry frauds and helping you make better choices for your health and your wallet. Hit that bell icon so you do not miss the next video. Drop a comment telling me which cereal brand surprised you the most, or if you have been feeding your kids any of these sugar bombs without realizing it. I read every single comment and I love hearing from you. Together, we are going to hold these companies accountable and start demanding better from the food industry. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.